Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be something else. Your referee for this contest, Mr. Anton Green, a 2-on-1 handicap match. And the Masked Mummy, alongside Mr. Shenwoo, the Japanese sensation, has returned. And Sid Manelli, our Rumble Wrestling Champion, has got it all to do. Now, there are tag team rules in effect for the two men. And referee Anton Green is going to have to use an extreme level of discretion here, because the Masked Mummy, we don't know anything about this individual. He's allegedly from Egypt. Bottom line is, he's a monster of a man. And under the guise, the IQ of Shenwoo, he could be even more dangerous. And Sid Manelli comes in, looking for a double clothesline, takes Shenwoo off his feet. But the Masked Mummy, not having any of it. I mean, talk about an immovable object, and oh no, Sid Manelli able to knock him over. Beautiful flying shoulder block there, takes Shenwoo down, and this is what Sid Manelli's going to have to do. He's going to have to be rapid here, not only to keep two men at bay, but to also pick up a victory, because the odds are stacked once again against the Rumble Wrestling Champion. But I tell you what, if there's one man I would still fancy to get a win when the odds are stacked against him, it is the Rumble Wrestling Champion, Sid Manelli. Everybody's favourite professional wrestler, particularly here at Kemsley. Very popular, and I tell you what, the Masked Mummy there knocked off the apron, barely phased by that, and now sweeping the leg out from Sid Manelli, not allowing him to build momentum. Referee Anton Green is going to have his head on a swivel here, because the level that these two will probably stoop to is going to be unheard of. Mr. Shenwoo, very well known as the manager and associate of Tate Mayfair's, having a night off to try and build this protege of sorts, if you can call it that. The Masked Mummy standing outside, ominously just staring a hole through Sid Manelli. This entity, this individual, has barely moved throughout this entire time, and Shenwoo is having an extremely good time. And here comes the Masked Mummy, a tag. Here comes this huge, brutish-like force. Sid Manelli trying desperately to build for the audience as always, but you know what? We always believe that Sid Manelli can overcome the odds. But I'm not entirely sure whether even he can overcome such ludicrous odds like this. And the Masked Mummy using every bit of that 5 count with that chokehold in the corner. The size of this, I don't want to say man, this thing. A sharp uppercut right to the throat. Now just slowly stalking Sid Manelli, and again choking him in the corner. Referee Anton Green, I mean, there's nothing he can do. He can exercise the 5 count, but the bottom line, now look at this. The Masked Mummy obviously intimidating referee Anton Green. I don't blame him. And Shenwoo using that opportunity to choke the life out of Sid Manelli while the referee is looking. It's more debilitation. I mean, it's good tag team tactics. They're questionable, but they are good tactics. You have to give them credit where it's due. It's effective. And the Masked Mummy just looming over Sid Manelli, trying to strike fear into the heart of the Rumble Wrestling Champion. As he slowly exits the ring, and now Shenwoo looking to take control once again over Sid. He's extremely happy with his handiwork here. That smug grin on his face. And a harsh Irish whip into the corner. The velocity. And now look at him just mocking Sid Manelli, just paintbrushing him with his boot. Again, looking to back him up into the corner. Sid Manelli counts this time. And a big clothesline coming out of the corner. And this is what Sid Manelli's got to do. He's got to isolate potentially Shenwoo. He can't allow both men to overhaul him. He can't allow both men to exercise that 5 count in a handicap situation. With Shenwoo cutting him off at the pass here. And let's be honest, no offense to Shenwoo, but out of the two men, I think Sid Manelli would probably much rather face him. Beautiful sunset flare. Bad ring positioning though. Shenwoo very easily under the bottom rope. Sid Manelli looking for his patented cutter there. Shenwoo was aware of that, backed up, and Sid Manelli able to redouble his efforts. Sharp kick right into the back, into the base of the spine. Shenwoo very smart there. Backs Sid Manelli into the corner where the mummy is at. Now he's just raining down strikes. And now the magnificent marauding entity from Egypt is back in the ring. Another chokehold again. There's nothing fancy about the offense here from this mystical-like individual. He's just choking the life out of the Rumble champion. We saw him make his debut back at Christmas here in Kemsley. Oh my God, the collision there. Sid Manelli almost broke your TV, ladies and gentlemen. Rumble Wrestling in your house indeed. Don't forget to use the hashtag Rumble Wrestling TV and let us know what you think across all social media platforms. And of course, don't forget to check out our Instagram and our TikTok that are run by our wonderful friends Heidi and Rebecca. Doing a great job over there in our social media department. I'll tell you what, I'm having a hard time trying to put together the footage, put together the evidence from this mugging so far. Sid Manelli getting absolutely brutalised and victimised at the hands of the masked mummy. Once again, Sid Manelli desperately trying to draw upon the energy of this crowd. He's able to snap me in the mummy. Ah, that's clever. He's looking to demask the mummy, looking to debilitate him. Let's get a look at that ugly face. What's under there? Oh, wow. Vicious. Just driving his fingers, those sausage-like fingers, let's be honest, those skillet-like hands, driving those fingers into the face of Sid Manelli, right into his eye socket. No matter who you are, you get a finger in the eye, that's going to debilitate you. And now, coming off the ropes, a big leg drop. 6'4", 6'5", 280. An absolute man-mountain, if you can call it that. Almost a pyramid-like structure that is the masked mummy. And now going back to that iron claw on the shoulder. He's looking to go magma with that. Our friends at OSW will be extremely happy about that, I'm sure. But I'll tell you who isn't happy, Sid Manelli, who's currently getting a real kicking at the hands of this pairing of the masked mummy and Mr Shenwoo, who's currently on the outside, loving what he's seeing. And now getting Sid Manelli up into a scoop stand position. He's going to just lob dart him right into our laps at home. Sid Manelli able to counter, ducks under. Wow, what a flying clothesline. I'll tell you what, that's the first time we've seen a level of athleticism like that from the masked mummy. A man that size taking into the air and just leveling Sid Manelli with that flying clothesline. Very Undertaker-esque. Absolutely textbook flying lariat. Not entirely sure where someone like the masked mummy would go to train. Probably in the plains of the Valley of the Kings, but again, just standing over. Look at that big elbow. Took a little bit too long there, and Sid Manelli, if there's something we do. Oh, wow. Masked mummy just sat up there, completely unfazed. That's a terrifying prospect for any individual. The mind games at full effect, and now Shenwoo gets the tag. Comes running in with a head of steam, gets caught with that boot right to the face. Sid Manelli ducks under a clothesline, delivers one of his own. Now Sid looking to build some momentum here. The masked mummy in the ring. I don't think the 5 count he really cares about that. The masked mummy coming driven right into the turnbuckle. One for Shenwoo as well. And now Sid Manelli getting him over. Wow, stiff kick right in the back. And once again, wow, look at that. That is terrifying. How many men, how many entities can get kicked in the face like that? Big face buster. Catching Shenwoo coming in, and now looking for one of his own on the masked mummy. He's got him down again, and this time not allowing him the opportunity to sit up, trying to get body on body there. The masked mummy able to get his shoulder off the canvas. Oh my God! Once again, just sat up like a brother of destruction. Now Sid Manelli trying to come off the ropes. Oh no, that is not where Sid Manelli wants to be. Caught in that bear hug. Just all the air, all the pressure, all the power. The masked man. Now, Mr Shenwoo, I don't know what he's doing. What is he doing? Mr Shenwoo caught trying to use salt there. Wait a minute. Our referee Anton Green, he's got another packet of salt. But I'll tell you what, that's backfired. Sid Manelli caught him coming in, kicked the salt up in his face, pulls down the ropes. Out goes the masked mummy, and now this is his opportunity, and there's the cutter. Sid Manelli, can he get it? Can he get it? Yes, he can. Sid Manelli, just when you think he couldn't overcome any more odds, has defeated both the Masked Mummy and, more importantly, Mr Shenwoo with that cutter to pick up a vital win. The Rumble Wrestling Champion continues his dominance despite all the odds being stacked against him here. Oh, the Masked Mummy is furious.